It's more about it's about coordination because it's about the other end of your team knowing how to properly support what you're doing, without necessarily being like told the micro thing. So it's like kind of an unspoken coordination kind of map as opposed to like a. I mean, or you could have someone like forcibly main call it, but that's more what it's about in terms of like pressuring. Because a lot of the points on offense, it's all about being able to maintain two offensives as once, being able to maintain cap pressure on one place to make them rotate to one while you pressure another, and so on and so forth. And it generally just ends up being the entirety of the map on offense. I would say offense on this map is definitely harder than defense, depending on how you play it. Because it's all about being able to do split pressure. The hardest points for offense are probably, I'd say, B and E. Just because they just have the strongest holds. You don't have as many entryways, and they have very powerful positions like the stupid pyro spot over here in AC connector.
Just air blast you in the pit.
Yeah. And a lot of teams will like do the AE because they don't realize how easy it is for the defensive team to stop the AE push. Because you don't even need to like commit through here. You can literally be all the way back here, and as long as you stop things capping the point, who cares if they have positioning here? You just completely stop them from getting on. So I don't know exactly where to start with this map. I'd rather you guys give me what you want to know, and I can talk about it from there. Because it's really hard to find a place to start on a map like this.
Yeah, it's a
I'd
lot.
say straight from spawn, like going out to A. Through the map, how you would say to push?
How we ideally push it? All right, I'll run through how my team pushes it, and I'll like bring up other things that I have noticed. Let me go blue so I can go through the spawn.
I mean, obviously, ideal is A to E, but like that's like really unlikely.
I wouldn't call that ideal because if you're splitting their push like correctly enough, you can do the vitamins just as fast as you can do an AE rush.
Really?
The vitamins being
like
A, B, C, D, E.
in under 4 minutes.
It's possible. I think I've seen it happen once or twice. I think I saw it
Really?
but it was like a really lopsided game, so whatever. But it is definitely possible. For A, I would recommend you can either do A two ways. You either hard commit A, where you just rush on offense, like everybody goes A, gets a quick cap, except for like your spy who goes in position on B or whatever. Everyone just rushes A to force them out. Not necessarily trying not to pop, of course.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of a useless point most of the time. You would only pop if like you see an opportunity to force them, and you would need to use for that. As if you force them and you use, then Uber's out of the equation anyway. But ideally, if you can force them without using, then you have an Uber to push B, and they don't have an Uber to stop you.
They probably won't commit for that.
Yeah, exactly. There are some teams like MTS who will sit here, and as soon as you start stacking a point, they'll just use out and stop you, and then back up right away because they just consider it bought time. But anyway, you either hard commit and just rush the point and rush the cap so you can guarantee the cap and then leave, or you can just do a very, very light commitment where you have one person who's dedicated to locking people up here out, and then two people just capping, while everyone else starts pressuring B already. That's what my team usually does. So
med pressuring B.
Yeah, med, demo, sniper, soldier pressuring B, and then me. I go here. I wait for like the sticky spam to stop, and then I peek this half cover right here while my scout and NG get on the point, while I'm just constantly shooting here, because after spy checking, of course, but like
that's a good question. What is the stack rate on these caps? Like how's the fastest way to cap it?
I believe ×5. I don't think it gets faster than ×5.
Yeah.
I'm not sure, but I think that's it.
I think I heard that 4 is like almost as fast as 5 on this map. Also,
yeah,
it's like
yeah,
it's almost not even worth doing 5.
I'm double checking now.
Do me a favor, when you get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
If you can just go ahead and go through the map as you would, well, let's just say Demo Man.
Okay.
So I'm gonna just stay on red and then let you cap A, and then just from there kind of work your way through the map. I'd appreciate it.
Sure. Well, we're gonna ready up then.
Yeah. So I put. Oh.
Oh, are we ready so I can cap the points, or? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought we were already at that point. Sorry.
No. I'm checking the cap rates, by the way. Sorry. It looks like.
I'm gonna join blue. I'm gonna follow you around.
Yeah, between the difference between 4 times 4 and times 5 is about 1 second.
Yeah,
And the
that's
difference
what I thought.
between times 3 and times 4 is about 2 seconds. So
Oh.
times 3 is way more worth it than times 2. But
Okay, cool.
so I'd say times 3 is acceptable, times 4 is ideal, times 5 is unnecessary.
Times 5 is probably like E though, because like.
The difference between times 4 and times 5 on E is 3 seconds.
Yeah, I mean, do you think it'd be worth it to stack that? I kind of think it would, but then again, if a demo goes like through C and to under, they can just obliterate you. So maybe you should keep your
if you're
heavy.
ready for that, if you're ready to have like someone holding close there, sometimes I'll hold
Right.
down there in preparation for that as heavy. Anyway, so I'll do
Oh, really?
like the
Hold
hard
down by the big health pack?
Yeah, if that one's
Okay.
locking out the other doorway. Anyway, sorry.
So normally you have Scout, Heavy, and
yeah.
NG come to
So-
A. Is your normal team?
Yes, normally, and then the heavy, and I sit here after checking for spy, and I check in, all the places I check are the sign, this roof, the rocks all the way back there, that roof, just in case, you never know. And then you also just check the stupid cloak and dagger spots, like, across this.
Or this thing right here.
No, yeah, but usually,
the
like,
spy frag
I've seen spies
videos.
sit just here. This
Really?
is
Okay.
usually, what happens is, like, this is a good place to decloak for them after. What a lot of spies will do is they'll sit here, they'll wait till you start spy checking, then they'll jump over your head once you've checked it. That's what a lot of spies do. So, like, if you come out, you check everywhere, you check that, you check everywhere again, and then you check that one last time, because you'll find a lot of spies who have just jumped here. Same thing with this sign. They'll sit up here until you've checked the sign, and then drop onto it. And then get ready once you're distracted.
I would say steel spies probably won't be smart enough to do that, but I'll still check for it.
Are you?
mean,
I'm sorry. Again. So initially with your combo, you are coming out of top and
Yeah,
just
you're coming
rushing
towards.
A.
Yeah, you're coming on D-Day. Well, you kind of take it a little slow at first, because you want to just generally lock them out, because you have a much better angle on them than they have on you. So you want to come from up. My team calls this D-Day. We're the only ones who do, so you don't have to. You come up this way, and you can just. I have lefty view models, so it's really easy. I have lefty stickies, so I can do this really easily. But you can get them around this corner, lock them out really easily. Just 2 stickies on the ground. The heavy has to start shooting it. You can pipe. Oh, sorry. You can pipe at the heavy while he's like peeking you, while everyone gets on point.
Okay.
Ideally, you don't drop down because it takes you a lot longer to go down from here. From here, you're almost 100% of the time gonna want to rotate through spawn. Drop down is way too risky. If a team's ready for you, you're just gonna get destroyed. I'll show you when I get to B.
Okay, so
So
ideally this is okay. You just basically had the entire team rush A. Demo kind of just locked out spawn from where you were basically here
Yes.
on cliff.
Heavy
They
just sits
capture
here.
and we all go back through our own spawn.
your flank goes that way. The combo. I'm giving you a combo perspective that you wanted, right? You wanted the combo
Yeah, yes.
perspective?
So-
Combo perspective, once it's about like 3/4 captured, just leave. You don't need to stay there. They're not gonna
So-
stop it at that point, so you can get a head start at rotating through your spawn.
Okay.
So demo won't drop down or will?
Demo, you do not want to drop down. Because it takes longer to rotate back.
Even if you sticky jump out?
Wasted health. I don't know.
Oh, right,
Save
'cause your
save
medic's not
health for
coming with
jumping
you.
again. Well, your medic can kind of peek the edge of D-Day, but that's really ideally it.
Is-
Sorry,
Okay.
then
Is there
you come-
anything at A that would change how you'd cap A?
If they hard hold
Like a really
A,
hard hold, for instance, yeah.
I don't know why they'd be doing that, but
It's steel.
yeah, true. You can get you might have to slow push around on the ground. Just pocket your sniper on the ground and slow push him up the left slope, and eventually he has an angle directly into their spawn, and they have to start leaving.
Lovely.
I really
or
like that push.
over-aggress.
Yeah.
Hey guys.
So obviously they're going to be holding B in some format. Where
Yeah.
are you coming out? Are you going up
Generally, okay.
towards this area, or
There's
are
you want
approaching
to
here?
pressure both at once. Try not to cap B yet, just so I can.
Hold on.
Yeah, you're gonna be pressuring from down here. What you're gonna want to do is hug this as close as you can.
As heavy?
No, as just any
Okay.
class, like hug the left wall, not necessarily like up there, but like you want to play close to this wall because you have a lot more cover than like playing out in the open here.
Yeah.
Because if you play close to this wall, you can get a lot closer. Now this is harder with lefty stickies, but you can spam the gun if it's like up there.
Okay, where is it? Is it typically going to be held there?
There's a couple
Back there,
places.
up here.
In Europe, I've seen the gun go here.
On the
Strangely,
truck?
no, like right here.
Yeah, right
just,
around
just
there.
right here.
Right,
I've seen
it can
here.
be built on the truck though, I think.
It can be, but it's kind of
So-
just silly. It sees less.
Yeah, definitely. I would like to say also, from my experience in the Steel Division, it's held here a lot too.
Yeah,
That is really dumb, but
that spot is,
you gotta
yeah.
be aware of that.
That's the pub spot.
It's honestly, it's okay. It's not that terrible, but like a lot of NGs put it on the edge, and the issue with that is a spy could just crouch here, decloak,
Right
and then
here,
start sapping
yeah.
it without even moving.
Uh,
That was my issue.
Yeah, what I've noticed a good spot, one of the harder ones to deal with is when the NG puts it here, but a little bit
Really?
back.
Huh.
Like right on the point-ish, almost like right around here, because the spy can't decloak and get it without being really obvious. He has to decloak like here and then jump and crouch and get up like that to sap it. He can't just decloak and stand here and do it.
Okay.
And it also sees where they want to be coming from, which is there.
All right. Cap B, please.
Oh yeah, you can cap now. But yeah, so yeah, the reason you don't want to go through drop down is because if they're ready for you,
Right.
you have to walk through this.
and if
Nobody
the gun
wants
is
to walk through
forward,
this.
if the gun's
Yeah.
forward, you're gonna get obliterated even faster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, but
ideally, you're only wanting. You said flank, correct? You just want the soldier and the scout, basically. To
no,
come
your
in.
soldier and scout should kind of, at this point, you expect them to have a hard hold on B, because assuming they backed out of A on time, you should assume them to have a good hold here. So what you're going to want to be doing with your flank during this, let me rotate back, hold on. What you want to do with your flank during this time is have them start peeking E.
Hold on.
Let me get a full heal over here.
And that's one of those things where they, if there's nobody at E, they just jump on it and sit there until they get contested.
Yes.
Right.
You,
okay,
yeah, you want constant
That's what I
pressure
thought.
on E is the goal.
So, yeah.
Like,
They
always
wanna,
split
they
their
wanna be going
defenses.
E at the same time, and they want to just sit here and not necessarily think that they're going to be getting a capture, but they want to be like waiting
They
for
get a
things
lot
to
of time.
peek them. Yeah, and they want things to peek them. So like something starts shooting them, and they just leave.
Okay, so I have a question. The scenario, what if they get like 3/4 cap before anyone starts contesting them, and then when they do start contesting them, they kill the flank? Should we rotate combo and just go hard on E, just try to take it with that 3/4 cap and their flank down?
That, well, the thing is, you shouldn't see that as an opportunity to push into their defense and maybe win. You should see that as a guaranteed B cap, because they're not going to leave E with that much capture. So think with that cap, you can either get a guaranteed B or a maybe E, but they're ready for us.
Okay.
Okay. So
So you could get
regardless-
B and probably C with that.
Yeah, exactly, because they're not going to
Okay.
want to leave E.
Okay.
So yeah, if your flank gets a shitload of cap time on E, usually your flank's gonna sit on the point, call when they start rotating, and then as they rotate, you want to do the pressure right from main, time a sap with your spy, get in B for free. Once you have this ground and they're not in, unless they have Uber advantage, you're pretty much guaranteed to capture this point.
Where are you? I
I'm at
lost
B.
you.
He's
Okay.
at B. I was gonna see where he was gonna go from here.
You can
Yeah.
spec.
Yeah. You guys can just spec me if you want.
Oh, I have to stay on red.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can, once you cap this point, you can lock them out right here. Obviously just like, and as you move, just checking for spies up here and shit. Dumb shit
Or
in
like
that window.
down in this barrel room.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dollar,
So,
probably.
generally, from here, you don't want to go this way too much, because it's kind of, again, it's presenting you in like a small choke point.
Yeah, pipes
That's in
destroy
sniper
you.
sightlines. Sniper sightlines too are pretty bad.
Right.
So usually what we tend to do, we move this way through BC connector, and we establish a position here, because by this point they probably have a okay hold on C, and you don't want to push through the choke right into them when they're waiting for you, and also the stupid sticky trap under the grate, and all that. So what we like to do is we'll hold here, we'll set up a position, my demo will start trapping it up, and our flank will start pressuring C. E. Because they can't come through us.
Right. So they have to go a long way.
Yeah, they have to go all the way through their spawn to stop E,
Ooh.
and then when they come through spawn, we just walk right through,
Really?
and then we start capping
Okay.
C.
What are you looking for specifically to measure
I
apologize, when you're going to advance to see?
What the flank sees coming out of the spawn. Generally, if you see it demo, if you see heals, if you see their heal beam or their demo man, it's probably worth it to push. Because no heals, you have heals, so any damage that you do to them doesn't go away. The damage they do to you goes away, so you can slow push with heals, protecting your med and just making sure that you're focusing the same targets. Because anything that you do won't go away, again, because you have heals and they don't. So you pressure them out slowly as you come to C.
and you
that's
advancing
what,
in this
yeah.
is a full effort, correct? Like there's no one still
You're-
harassing E?
they could they kind of want to be a presence because they don't want that you want to make their combo kind of second guess leaving because that's like, well, what if they come back in a second? So your flank probably is like jumping away and sitting in IT, or I guess the AE connector, if you know what I'm talking about.
And they
Yeah.
have like that whole ammo and that whole health, so they're
sitting
set
around the full.
pretty much.
They're sitting around the full kits and kind of still harassing the combo and the point just to make the combo not want to leave, so you have more time to get into C.
Oh, this main hallway past A. Is that what
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
referring to?
AE
Okay.
connector or lobby. A lot of different names for that.
All right.
Lobby, that would be where the engineer should be trying to get, right? And get a level 3 in there and a
Your-
teleporter?
You
Or-
don't need a level 3. Minis are fine on this map, but
Really?
yeah,
Thank
Okay.
God you said that.
you would definitely want to get a teleporter. I mean, some NGs are really, really good with them, but against a coordinated team, usually you're just going to lose your level 3. Anyway, sorry. So, really quick note about this point. If you sit on this thing, you can still cap. This is mostly for the heavy, but if you sit on this, you can cap and you can still see through the window and see what's
Ooh.
coming.
Okay.
You still cap the point from up there, and you can see everything that's coming from the window. And they can't see you. They just see a silhouette. Like here, I'll stand up there if you want to come. If you want to come over here and see how it looks through the other
Oh,
side.
so it's like a
Except
one-way
for
window?
Shane's, obviously.
Yeah, you can see like a small silhouette of me.
Yeah, they'll probably be able to see him up there, and I'll be shooting anyway.
But the thing is, how often are they going to be looking through that? Let me look through this tinted window I never look through to see what's going on.
They're probably not going to contest this once we have our combo here anyway, though.
It depends on Uber advantages. Sometimes you'll see some demos like rotate over here
Right?
to pressure you, but
Yeah,
usually
it's
that's like
really
a
hard
dumb
to
decision.
get stickies on me
Yeah.
though when I'm standing on that because
Exactly.
like it's
I mean,
just
they can hit
stupid.
the wall next to you, but that's really it.
Yeah,
If-
but it's usually like hitting the floor is the first thing they try to do
Yeah.
with their first 3 stickies, and once that doesn't work, then
If-
I've already
if-
done some damage to them.
If there's a sniper that's locking you out of taking C easily
Like from
or pretty
over
much
here?
at all, yeah, like anywhere a defensive sniper that's just like, yeah, exactly.
Well-
And like your sniper can't take him out, or like you can't necessarily bomb him because you have to go so far. Like, what would you do? Like, would you?
Well, same deal. When everyone rotates away, the sniper's kind of a sitting duck. You just send a soldier to jump him, and if he's looking at the soldier, then he's not looking at you when you start pushing in while he's fighting the soldier.
Okay.
You just same exact deal where you just make the people who are protecting him rotate away.
So then you would
If
just
he-
send your flying to pressure. Well, you can't send your flying to pressure E though if you want them to bomb. So like maybe like,
Well, yeah, well, you could send your scout do it,
Send
and then have
scout.
your NG kind of sit. Not your NG doesn't need to like do the dispenser jump or anything, but he can kind of like sit in the entrance to the BC connector with a wrangled mini or something, shooting at the left door, while making them peek from another angle.
okay.
Or he can even wrangle jump there if he wants to.
That's what I would probably do, yeah.
I think you can also do the jump from a dispenser on the very edge too. If I remember correctly.
Another question: Is there any possible way for you to take B and then immediately rush C
If you wipe
without
that,
at least peeking spawn for the obvious?
yeah, if you get like a really, really good push on B and you kill most of them, yeah. Uber advantage, number advantage, all those things can let you just walk straight into C. But this is what I'm talking about, like worst case scenario where they get out very well. I mean, I guess worst case scenario is not winning the push, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
We're assuming best case for the enemy team, where the enemy team is getting out perfectly every single time.
I have another question. When we push in here, when I played this last time, I was demo, so my heavy would try to go up these stairs, and I would go up the ramp. But what do you think you should do with your combo generally?
I would honestly keep your demo on the ground as much as possible.
Not
Like,
even go up the
well,
stairs?
like keep your demo on the ground until you have them locked out, and then have him come up like straight as quick as possible through those stairs and just
So,
lock them out. Because
Should heavy go up this ramp then?
yeah, or your heavy can go from yeah, up the ramp, up the stairs. Like it doesn't really matter because we're
Okay.
assuming that we've already made them rotate away with our pressure on E.
Alright.
So the quicker you
Right.
get up there, the better. But if they're still in, kind of, your demo should be playing on the ground, because if he's sitting here and their demo is trying to fight him, or an explosive class is trying to fight him, he has a lot of room to dodge the splash here, and he can still like do really good damage because of how the stickies arc.
Great. Okay.
So D is just going down the hallway, obviously.
No, God no, never.
No,
Oh my
okay.
God, that's the
No.
worst thing in the world.
Fantastic.
My
Glad
team,
I asked.
my team calls it Death Hallway because it's the worst. You just die. Well,
So
if
you can't lock them out with a sticky
if-
trap on the spawn?
all of them. Well, you can, but they have infinite health in there. They're just gonna keep peeking you.
Yeah.
I had a scrim against Ginyu Force last season on this map where they wanted to go Death Hallway. They were here. Banny had the door trapped. I peeked it, took damage, backed up, hit the reset, peeked again. I forced them. I backed up again. I hit the resub again, went to the other right door because I tried to cross, and then I killed Dill. And then I backed up again. Like, I just kept peeking and peppering and constantly peeking. And you can just get wrapped so easily here.
Yeah, it's heavy, right?
Yeah, that's what I did as
Okay.
heavy, yeah. But any class can be doing this to you.
Yeah.
Even
Soldier
if you have
seems
it-
like one of the best to do this because he can
Yeah.
just peek out this door and just shoot you.
Yeah. It's
And
just,
if he dies, it doesn't even matter that much.
yeah, it's just awful. And he doesn't need to die because he can just open the shutter and just back up and have infinite health. So
Yeah.
this spot for offense is just really bad unless they're all alive for whatever reason, and you can peek this kind of and like see if there's anyone in the spawn. If you don't see anyone in the spawn, well, I mean it's blocked off now, but if you don't see anyone in the spawn, you might still be able to do it. You just have to go really, really quick. It kind of sucks because there's a lot of really good spots for traps on this, like right
How
here.
do you push to D then?
D and E. Generally, you're just going to want to set up in AE and try to overwhelm them from multiple sides. Put a sniper in window while your combo slow pushes through AD.
Okay, so to aggress A, you're wrapping back around.
Yeah. To push E and D. Generally, this is the best place to be because you can have your sniper in window, just putting a lot of pressure out.
It's almost you cap C, you come straight back through this C, B,
Yes.
E connector, and then just go straight to E, and
Well,
then
You're
here.
probably gonna be settling here for a while, trying to fight them from here, and then if you die, then when you respawn, I recommend going AE. I wouldn't say like don't like walk in front of every sightline in the world to go here at first. Play your cards over here, see what you can get done with your flank on that side and your combo over here, and if it starts like not going well, then you can rotate away. Then you can
Right, okay.
when you die or if you get collapsed on, then you can rotate around.
So will a scout and a soldier constantly harassing E be ideal?
Yes. Or at least just calling what's going on their flank, so that you can maybe know, like, oh, hey, their flank is weak, maybe we should rotate our combo there and try a play like that. This map, on offense, it's all about just analyzing the weaknesses in their defense and seeing, like, how you can outthink how they're positioned. In our playoff match last season against Highlander players, they watched all our scrims, so they knew exactly what we were going to do, and, like, we were still able to win because we just adapted. So, like, no matter what, it's still possible to do it as long as you can like read their defense. Just make sure you have comms on where their players are holding and try to try to seek out where like they have fewer players than you might, or where you can see like a opportunity to pressure, how many people rotate when you do pressure, so on and so forth.
So what do you do? Like, this is a stupid question, but what do you do if they have put their sentry gun on A? Because that does happen in Steel. I've seen it a couple times, and I'm not sure exactly what the strategy to punish them for being that
just
stupid is.
Slow push from the ground and time a sap with your spy.
And should you take some of your combo into B like as quickly as possible?
If their gun is on A, then you could just push A really quick with your combo, kill their NG, assuming he's still committed with the gun, kill the gun, and then rotate while your team is capping A, because they probably left with their gun because they got scared. And then just rotate your combo away to B. And take
Right,
up
and they
position
won't
on
have a
B.
gun.
Yeah, they won't have a gun.
They can't
because you
have a
killed
gun
their
because they
NG.
can't bring it through spawn. Even if you don't kill it, they can't even bring it through spawn. So
Yeah.
it's not going to come back.
Exactly.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes sense. I don't think that's going to happen, but if we fight a team like we did on Borneo on Steel, then they will probably do that.
Yeah, exactly.
Another
Like,
question, what's going to be your main issue for, or what have you seen as being the main issue for capturing E in a decisive way?
not locking down. Everyone focusing on capping and not focusing on locking them out. The capture is important, obviously, but the capture rate here. I have the capture rates in front of me.
Like 50 seconds
It's
with
70
3 people.
seconds. 70 seconds for one person. 46 seconds for 2 people. 38 seconds for 3, and then it goes to 33 for 4 and 30 for 5. So you need just 3, honestly. Like, not even 3 people, but just a 3 capture rate. A scout and someone else, and then everyone else can focus on locking every other entryway out.
So where should Heavy stand when we own this room? We got our dudes on the point. Where should I probably be?
I mean, you have the walkway to walk around on, so generally I'll tend to, if I think their demo is going to come through here, I'll sit here, but our spy is usually watching the spawn, so, you know, I'll rotate dependent, but I can sit right here and hard peek their demo. Like, even if I die, I've delayed him enough where if he's going this way as the desperation play, I'm probably delaying him long enough for our team to win. And he's wasting like what 4 stickies on me, so he comes to peek the point. They dance a little bit. He's out of stickies.
Right. Yeah.
So now we're at A as a defensive measure.
Oh yeah, A on the
Where
defense.
Are you, yeah, where are you positioning yourself?
You just put in the spawn, honestly. Here, let me waddle over there. Like, you don't want to commit too hard. A is not worth it as a point. So, generally, our thought process will be... Go up here. Our thought process will be, we sit up here. My demo will be right here fighting on D-Day. I'll be sitting right here kind of just looking... I'll sit, like, with my back to this, so he doesn't get decloaked on by a spy right here, because it does happen. And I'll just make sure no spies approaching, and then I'll kind of pressure a little bit if I see that they're going too forward.
Because I have half cover here as well.
Yeah. Demo,
That's pretty
the
nice.
demo, want to be playing here. Check your back occasionally. Make sure nothing's approaching you on the right. Watch the sniper angle from all the way down here onto you. I think it's back here. Yeah, there's a sniper angle back here. Right here.
I mean, as long as you can see that sniper angle through the window, then you can't get killed by it, so you might as well not even walk further forward than that. Because then you're safe from the sniper unless he goes straight up D-Day, which is not smart, I would say.
Yeah, well, I've seen snipers do that.
Really?
Yeah, it does happen.
Couldn't you just spam him out really quick with
well,
the stickies?
if you're just, that's if you're blind spamming. There are times when you're reloading. He could wait around the corner and then walk around with a full scope. That's what Bowser does.
Okay, so that was just as far as the combo. The rest of the team is doing...
And Pyro should be a B too, so it should just be like demo, heavy, med,
Medic.
and
Yeah,
spy.
demo heavy med is like, okay.
Med's like in the door. Oh shit, are you in the door?
I'm fine. I just back spawned. The med is pretty generally sitting in the shutter healing people.
Yeah.
You try not, and make sure you're checking your right side because there could be a spy that tries to decloak right next to you. I've seen it happen. And you're gonna want to leave A early so that you can settle on B early. As you're rotating, this is gonna be your job. Well, I guess this is everyone's job. Please don't get stabbed by a spy sitting here. Please.
Okay.
We played against Storm. Got like I think Storm killed the Overseer twice when we were scrimming Ginyu on this map from the same exact thing. Just look here. This is a spot that has killed people. So your ideal hold on B. Your demo's gonna be like peeking this corner.
Where? I'm sorry, hold on.
Sorry, yeah. Your demo's gonna be like peeking this corner to lock them out at the choke, because you'd rather be spamming them when they're all clumped up in a choke point as opposed to them being clear out here.
I have a question also. This is something I did when I played Steel in Steel Division. Is I put 4 stickies up here right next to that sheet metal, and I killed 5 people in one round doing that, and I stopped their sniper from getting up in here. So is that viable against like smart players? Do you think?
No, I've never.
Okay.
People will check that.
Okay, I would say, Greg, that you might want to consider that if their sniper is getting up there, because it's Steel. Because it would really be nice if he didn't go up there, but don't like risk your life for it. It really worked for me though.
Yeah, like if you're up here and their sniper's up there, you can literally just put stickies. Just practice putting stickies through the window. You can kill him easy.
Okay.
So I just got here, but I don't know if you went over this, but like, what's our goal for a hold? Because I know that you want
A hold?
like, yeah. Well, I suppose it's not a hold, but it's such a light thing. Like
A deterrence.
Your goal is to just delay them. Yeah, that's honestly
in my mind, if we get an Uber trade right there, that's really good. But I've never seen people try to go for that. Like, is there?
Yeah, Uber trades on A are.
Isn't that pretty good for defense? Because
yeah, it's good. It's
if your
better for
gun's on B,
defense. It is better for defense than it is for offense, as long as your medic isn't healing people that are on a dispenser. Because if your medic's healing people on a dispenser, your build rate is shit. So as long as you're building properly on defense, it'll be fine. But if you're not building well on defense and you do a trade on A, they are probably gonna have Uber ad over you. And I just take it right through.
I just mean, like, I feel like we can commit our combo a little bit so that we can get the trade, and it's pretty safe because they can get out and then rotate B, and then they'll have to wait to build an Uber to push the gun with an Uber, so isn't that wasting 40 seconds?
A team may not even commit their med to A. And then if you Uber, you don't get an Uber.
Well, yeah. I mean, you're not gonna Uber without seeing their med, but
yeah.
Isn't it a pretty sure force if, like, that med drops over the hill and your combo's right there? Like,
yeah, if you see their med commit that hard, I think it's worth it to go in. That's one of the things I was going to mention on A, where it's like, if there's only like 3 cap rate and you don't see anything and there's nothing deterring you from going there, you can absolutely go and kill everything on the point and then leave. We've done that before. But like, on top of that, you have to make sure that they're committing something stupid before you make a play like that. You have
Who's
to
the
punish
most
them.
disposable then? Like, who would you send to do that? That's kind of
if you're-
disposable.
It depends on who's like what's on the point. It's usually just me and my demo on A. So if we're sitting there and we notice that they're capping and there's like nothing like fighting us, and they call it there's things on B, we might just peek A really quick, kill the things capping, and then rotate away, like me and my demo. I know if it's just a scout and an NG, we should be able to kill them. And then we can just leave. But I don't know if many teams are going to be splitting that much. I wouldn't call that necessarily disposable, but like a fully buffed combo of fighting a flank that probably doesn't have buffs capping a point. I think that's okay.
But would you take a combo versus combo fight on A?
Yeah, because you have the high
Okay.
ground. But generally, if their med is smart, they won't be dropping down from D-Day, so they won't be guaranteed force. If you see a guaranteed force, take it and make sure that you're building on B.
The thing about a combo versus combo fight is that if they just commit and get on the point and go around that wall, you would have to drop down to actually fight their combo, and that's pretty risky. I don't know if you could, how well that fight would go.
Yeah, it depends on what they have committed. Like, if you see a Pyro and you see that their med is kind of on the point, then it's probably not worth it. If their Pyro doesn't seem to be, like, close at all, or you've already killed their Pyro, then maybe you can take it, because you can definitely, like, there's nothing that can impede your movement,
So jump down with heavy demo
yeah,
and
just peek
and
the point,
med and
force
just
them, and then leave.
pop it.
Yeah.
But what if you Uber trade and they decide to go on crits?
Your
That's
spy should
what I
check.
would
If
do
your
on
if your
offense.
spy checks that, then you can just have your entire team play really forward on B. Because like, let's say if they're crits and you're on Uber and your whole team is staring at this choke point right here, well, like, you know, you have like your demo just completely locking this choke with a trap right here. They're not invincible. They can't walk through it.
But have you be close or far? Will you get a flash?
Far, because you can just run around the corner. The thing is, like, if you have people close enough to just spam them when they come in, like, preferably the more mobile classes, like, maybe instead of having your scout on flank, rotate your scout over here and put, like, your pyro on the flank instead. Have your scout sit, like, right up here to pressure them as they come out with the crits. And just stuff it with your demo, and then when they crits around the corner, just back up. And usually they'll die to your trap or something, or you can just mulch them as they come in. And if you're building, it's steal. So if you're making a point of building, you're probably going to still have Uber by the time they have crits.
Alright, if you want to go over C.
Yeah.
Well, actually, one more question about B. Say that they take down your gun, but you pretty much wipe them out. When would you rebuild versus not rebuild on B? Like, how
Oh, it depends on
risky
your
would you be?
numbers, of course.
Just
It
number
depends on
based?
your numbers. Yeah.
Well, with the full ammo there, you could probably get a level 3 back up before they can organize
Yeah.
another push.
Oh yeah, absolutely. If it depends on what's dead on your team. If your whole combo's dead and your engineer's dead, leave. But like, if you still have heals, you still have your demo or your heavy, you can definitely still hold this, because your demo, this choke point is so good. Your demo can basically single-handedly lock them out. Your demo, you just need to preserve your life as the demo on this point, because you're super important to this. And if they rotate to, if they start capping E, you want to rotate to BC and just like super passively spam the point from here, because if you're just sitting right here, just long-ranging stickies onto the point, they're not getting heals because they're on the point. They're gonna have to leave eventually, and you didn't need to commit at all. You didn't need to go all the way up here. You didn't even need to like peek the sniper angle there or there. You could be all the way back here and stopping them from capping.
Oh, that's the thing. What do you think about detonator for pyro defending and offending when near E? Detonator to jump on it. 'Cause I would say definitely, but I don't know if.
Your pyro is
if that's-
better in other places.
But would it be a good idea to just have it, just in case you have to panic and jump on the point?
You can make the jump as pyro with the power jack. You don't need the detonator.
Don't
It
you
takes
have to, like,
practice.
B-hop? Isn't
No,
it like really
you can
difficult?
just Alice
Yeah.
just did it. You can just do the jump right here.
Oh, okay. Then
I mean, it's not like the see.
okay, well that works.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could run it. There are some like detonator hiding spots, but generally, if you're hiding, you're probably baiting your team most of the time, unless they know 100% that you're doing it with backburner or something. But that's usually more of a throw kind of thing than anything.
Backburner through the door on A to like kill
That's
everyone.
banned
low.
now. It's banned now.
It's banned.
Don't do it. It's
Really?
banned now. Yes, they went out of their way to ban all map exploits, and that is one. So don't do
Why?
it unless you
That's
want to
silly.
get challenged. What do you mean why? It's a map exploit.
Well, yeah, but it's like it's not viable necessarily. Who would stand next to that
You
door?
can bison through the door too.
We also
Bison.
dropped
Really?
a med in one of our
Yes.
scrims by doing that.
Yeah.
So.
That's hilarious.
Bison counts as a flame particle. So your soldier can go there and bison through it. Well, now you can't now because it's banned now. But yeah, sorry. So defending C, you just have to be ready to rotate through spawn, like if you absolutely need to. But
Where should Heavy be standing?
Well, sorry, I'm going to start with this. Initially, on this point, you're going to want to be forward holding, like, because you should be leaving B with as many people alive as you can, so you can hold C for a little bit. Like, leave B early if you see that things are, like, they have good position, they have Brad. If you
hold here?
Yeah. Yeah, if you hold in here, if you put your sniper right here, they can barely peek you. Because your sniper can just completely lock down this whole sideline. And then, you know, your demo can also play a little bit ahead, spamming down to here, locking them out from coming in here. You as a heavy can be like back here, just ready to peek up there, and calling when you can also spy check this one little stupid corner. I've caught people here before. Don't laugh. It's people
this one. This is one like when I was on offense, the spy always seemed to like decloaking there. Doesn't seem that smart because it's so easy to check, but
honestly,
I think it got one of our players.
Anywhere is smart if you notice they're not checking it. He obviously noticed you weren't checking it, so he decloaked. That's the beauty of it.
You would actually hold in this room, see?
Yeah.
Right here? So I feel like if they come through here, you can get pinned.
Your spy, usually, you should have someone up there or at C calling this. So you hold here, spam them out with your sniper here. As soon as someone on your team the person on your team who's watching that door, usually I think it's our soldier. Actually, our soldier sits right here and spams like down here because he has a pretty good sightline for rockets where he can splash on this.
Okay.
Can you cap C?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh shit. We're running out of time.
Okay. Yeah, so your soldier can sit right here and spam on this, and then as soon as he sees people rotating, he jumps away. He calls to you, the demo, that they're coming up that way, and then you just go here and spam from down here onto them.
And where are you rotating from there? Are you going back in, or are you gonna just take your chance?
Just keep rotating back and forth.
So when should you be setting up the sticky trap that goes through the grate like that, and how is that viable to have to be dropped down?
When they force you out, like with Uber ad, so like they force you out, and you just put the stickies there and then back up.
What if they just put their heavy here and they just kill you when you're under there?
Well, you sit here, you see the heavy through the grate, and then you say "fuck this" and start leaving.
Okay.
Generally, if you see a heavy and you're just like, no, I must put up my sticky trap, you have bigger problems then.
Right. No, but like if they're being really aggressive and you don't have time to go under there, otherwise the heavy would.
Then ignore it. You can put stickies right here.
Right.
If you
okay.
want. Somewhere stupid. You guys know about this jump, right?
I did not. Now I do.
Make that jump.
Alright, so C is captured. Where are you now rotating or safe?
You just going. I'd say. You put one person watching Death Hallway, like put one person in the spawn, so they can constantly peek to Death Hallway and like spam like this.
Who would you ideally place there?
I tend to stand here a lot as heavy, and I keep my pyro close.
Right.
I'm gonna debt the stickies now, so don't stand on them.
Right.
Okay, sorry. And there's a lot of traps. There's a lot of good trap spots you have here.
So we're rotating the combo back inward in a heavy to spawn.
Well, no, you want to rotate your combo through spawn.
Oh,
because through spawn, it's just safer. Like if you're backing out of C, you're backing out into spawn, and then the safest way to go from here. I don't know if you can see me through the window. Down here, to E.
Really?
Yep. Because let's assume that they're not going through Death Hallway. If they're going through Death Hallway, your heavy's gonna shit on them. If they're going through BC, now you're already right here to lock them out.
Okay.
And then this is good because this, again, it enables you to have the fastest rotations. You can rotate to AE from right here. You can rotate to spam BC from right here. Just keep checking your corners for spies as you keep rotating.
Heavy and Pyro watch Death Hallway until...
You don't even need your pyro there. Like, honestly, if you're in spawn, you can... Right. The beauty of it is... The reason I love doing this is because you can keep peeking them, keep spamming them. You can pre-fire at the ground as you peek to hide your muzzle flare, and then peek the shutter. And then as soon as like you're not needed anymore, as soon as they stop coming Death Hallway, just go through here, get up with their team again.
And so when would I go out here? Even if they're still trying to go through Death Hallway, when would I rotate with the amount of pressure that's on E and D?
If your demo says he needs your help. That's really it. Just make sure that it's clear when you need to rotate.
Just call it early, because I'm slow, obviously.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or like maybe just like, I don't know, if you think there's nothing else you can do there because they're watching it so hard, then just rotate away. You could also keep trying to be an annoyance, but no.
And if they get through all the way through Death Hallway, I can just wait until they're onto the point and then come down one of these graded areas. Like,
I think there's a pretty good half cover up here. There was a decent half cover, I think, somewhere.
like if they try to take D while I'm still behind them, it's probably not going to work
yeah,
too
and then
well,
your demo
right?
can pinch them from the front, and as your flank maybe comes to
Although
AE.
their demo can really easily trap that door.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, he can. But then the thing is, if he's has that door trapped and he's looking at you with the door trapped, what's he doing?
Yeah.
He's
Well,
not doing. He's only.
then I'll just rotate back
Yeah.
to E.
Or
Give
you
up.
keep peeking it with Fist of Steel out. He'll keep looking at you, and then if he's looking this way, he's not locking your combo out from spamming
right.
this way.
Fists of Steel. That's definitely
Yeah.
gonna be what I'm running full time on this map.
Yeah, just by existing.
sure.
Oh no.
Bye, guys.
It's over. I'm not getting sucked in. I'm able to move.
I have a frame per second. Oh my god. Holy shit. Okay. Yeah.
How important is it to hold the ADE corridor, like where that rock is? How important is that to hold that on defense? Like if offense has that locked down.
If they look like they're starting, if you have Uberad and they're in here and you can see their meta committed, it's worth it to Uber right in. Because if you can get your demo in far enough and he can put stickies on the escape, like on this door right here, their
This
meta
is
can't
defense
get out.
rotating
This is on
through
defense,
D.
yeah. This is
Yeah, if
rotating
offense is starting to take
AE.
this back room here, you don't
if
want them to hold this.
Yeah, you
so.
don't want them. You don't want them to have this for too long. If Ubers are even, then you can let them have it for a bit.
So you
just
actually
work
do
with your
defend
sniper.
D then.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
not just your flank. Your combo should be rotating to defend D.
Yeah, your flank generally will be I don't want to go out there. Your flank will generally be playing around BC and like under maybe like around A. Like they'll be roaming at this point, wherever they're needed. They'll try to be counter pressuring the combo. Your flank will probably be, I think, usually around this area. Like I'd see your scout around here, because if your scout's here, he can spot in here, he can spam things in here, and if the sniper goes window, he can actually just double jump and meat shot him through the window.
Oh right, that's one thing. Who is in charge of making sure the sniper doesn't get in the window? Because I remember as demo,
Your scout
that really,
or your spy,
that really
or your
fucks
sniper
you.
counter sniping. Any of them.
Okay, because that's one thing we really need to keep on top
Yeah.
of. Because sniper in that window is like, in my opinion, it's the #1 reason of losing this last point. At least from
It really is, yeah.
my Steel experience. It's
You
just
can also, if your combo
it's
rotates
hard
into, if your combo
to
rotates
take 'em
into AE, your demo can spam into the window from here.
right. But if the demo, I'm talking about like if they have D, you're really pressured, and your demo is now holding up on the little balcony thing overlooking E, where the sentry gun is, and your heavy is, I don't actually know where he should be holding, but yeah, if he's there, like demo can hold the shit out of that point, obviously, but then the sniper just gets one shot on him and it's over. Like you just really got to watch for that. That's all I'm saying.
Generally, what you're going to want to do is you're going to have your spy probably around A, because your combo is holding in a place where it's very easy to lock out BC, but if you want to lock out AE, you have to do a rotation. So generally, you put your spy around A. Your spy can like fuck with any teleporters, fuck with any flank players going there, and he can call to your combo when they're going AE. So your spy calls they're going AE, your combo rotates into AE, locks them out at the choke point, and your flank can rotate accordingly.
With D? I
Yeah, when you're
assume
holding D or
once
E.
they're-
Yeah.
When their
When
team
you're holding
essentially
D.
gets in here, I assume it becomes a pretty nasty interaction.
When their team gets into D, yeah.
Well, yeah, because if where you're telling us, I mean, I assume as Demoman, I'm just basically rotating this hall.
Yeah, you're rotating
Oh,
back and
God.
forth through that hallway.
Okay.
You can even
And
like
then-
you can even Bella, you can even see through this. I don't know if you know about this angle, but you can see the choke point from right here. So if you have a trap on the exit sign over there, you can actually jump here and look through.
Alright.
Cool
And
little.
then just you're basically once they get into D, am I just taking that death or do I rotate somewhere?
You're gonna be locking them out as much as you can from this angle. So like, let's say if they rotate into D, you're gonna be peeking this as much as you can, depending on what players you have. You can even have someone rotate through spawn to spam them from behind, while you spam them from in front. If you can pinch them and get easy frags with like an Uber ad, feel free to do that. Because D is kind of important, not because of the railings, but because of the fact that your
The spawn.
easy spawn, yeah, the easy spawn gets locked out.
That's the also in case Greg, you don't know this, if they're really pressuring E and they have you locked out of everywhere and they have D, you go to C and then you go under where that whole full health pack is and shoot from below, get on the point.
Yeah, see, I think that's it's good, but it's so predictable at this point. Like everybody knows
Right.
about that. I don't know why teams still like fall victim to that because it's very predictable. Generally, some people will be close to you, so if you're gonna go that way, make sure you have at least one protecting class with you.
Okay.
So if you're gonna go under, bring a heavy or a pyro or a scout with you, because have the pyro lead around the corner to like air blast anyone, not anyone,
Right.
but air blast anything
Oh,
trying
jeez.
to kill you. As
I'm just talking from season 12 Steel experience. It really worked for me, but I don't know if the Steel meta has changed to counteract that. What would be what you do if that isn't
that isn't
something
viable.
you can do?
Like
if they're
all
countering
that
it.
matters is that you have multiple people peeking from multiple angles. Like you have people peeking from BC, you have people peeking from AE, you have people peeking from the D side. Just peek it from as many angles as you can at once, because they can't shoot all of you at once.
Okay.
Or
Like try to do it all
alternatively-
at once instead of like going in one at a time and dying.
Yes. Try to do it all at once. Alternatively, if they have like most of the angles locked out, but you notice one is weak, flood every single person on your team in there, because generally a steel team won't be able to like adapt to that quick enough. So just flood everyone through that one spot, and then everyone focus fire the point. The frags
Yeah.
don't matter at that point as long as you can just delay their capture. Like, I'd rather just knock them off the point and delay the capture instead of like trying to chase a frag and dying. Just the longer you delay the point, the better. That's all that matters at that point.
So what would you see as the main problem for capturing D? I'm sorry,
Capturing
or
D?
protecting D
protecting
at least.
Protecting E. The sniper in
Yeah.
the window. So that's generally going to be dealt with by your sniper at A, by your side, your spy at A, or your sniper holding with you and being buffed. And generally the sniper in window won't be buffed, so we should have an advantage over him. Or if your soldier has control over AE, or your scout is in AE kind of uncontested, your soldier or scout can spam up into the window.
A class
From down
remaining
here.
stationary in a window is going to prevent my team from protecting this accurately.
Yes.
If the sniper hits his shots, yes.
Jesus
Sniper
Christ.
in that window is the
Yeah.
most annoying thing on this entire map.
Here, assuming
far.
if you spec me, like assume he's like hitting 1 out of every 2 of his shots. Look at the angle he has right here. Assuming he hits half of his shots, which is exceptional,
Okay.
because he can just sit here and you can't even peek the point at all.
So, as heavy, where should I be standing when the sniper is in that window?
I usually tend to sit either in the DE hallway right next to that health pack,
Oh,
or
okay,
I
yeah.
sit behind the staircase, I think, if I remember correctly. Behind the staircase with the medium ammo kit. Generally, I just kind of pound around the packs, or I start rotating around through spawn to shoot different things in different areas with my team.
So we prevent a sniper from being able to shoot out of that window, and we can successfully hold this point.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, it's all about, like, you know, forcing their medic during Uber advantages. Other than, like, little things going wrong, that's going to be the main point-specific thing that will stop you. Of course, you still have to play well,
Right.
but, you know,
That's-
yeah, that's a given.
Wow.
But, like, it's all about locking them out of chokes and not bleeding, too. You know, all the things, all the general TF2 rules still apply.
Right.
But that's the biggest point-specific thing that'll fuck you.
This is something a little stupid, but like, do you have somebody tell people, okay, we need you to go here because so-and-so is here, like, or do you just know because you played this enough? If somebody's somewhere, you go there. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
It's hard to say because I haven't really. I mean, I've been playing in Plat for a couple seasons now, and Steel's been in every season that I've been in Plat.
right.
So I think I'm not sure if it's maybe just the teams I've been on that don't really specifically say that, but if someone needs to rotate away from something and something's not being watched, make sure you call it and make sure you have someone else claim that area view. Like, just be like, hey, I can't watch AE connector right now. It's like, then someone else goes, okay, I'll rotate there and watch it now. And then, like, everyone should be listening and paying attention to what jobs may need filling and so on and so forth.
So this little window, I can shoot out that onto the point without being in the sniper sight lines. That's probably how I'd contest this.
Are you on the D? Are you at the D window?
The DE connector thing.
You're
past
totally at the
health
sniper
pack.
sideline.
Standing here, he can see me.
Yeah, you can shoot
yeah.
at us.
What about here?
I guess, but at this point, like, you're not really doing much, and it'd probably be better if you just, like, we're pressuring somewhere else, honestly. I don't like to say, like, sometimes I'll sit here and spam the point, but I'm doing so little at this point that I barely think it's worth it. And also, if you're here, like, even if you're here looking this way, sometimes the sniper will go, one of the bigger problems, like, not bigger problem, but one of the just as bad sight lines is the one from BC.
Right.
Can you see the one, you see
Yeah,
how deep
that-
into
that
BC you
one's
can see
pretty
from
good.
here?
I assume where you're standing or where you were just crouching is where I'm going to be.
As demo, you're probably going to be, like, playing this area a lot,
Or waiting for
because
the sniper to die.
it
or
blocks.
something.
Yeah. If you sit right here, this little metal thing blocks both windowsills. Yeah, sorry, the things can pull you in, and you're also not in that far away sight line from there.
If the sniper is dead, you should be up here, right?
If the sniper is dead, you can play wherever the fuck you want. If the sniper is, well, I mean, like, on E. If the sniper is
Okay.
dead, just play, you don't need to worry about sightlines anymore, so just play wherever you think it'll be the hardest for them to kill you and the easiest for you to kill them. There's no, like, every team plays this map differently.
Really?
Is it
Pretty much.
is it viable to have is it viable to have medic hiding out behind that sheet metal, and if
No.
the sniper's up, demo run away? Okay, no.
Because a soldier can just come through lower and force.
Okay. Right.
Guaranteed. Because if your medic's in a corner and their soldier bombs, you have no escape.
Yeah. That
Like-
is what my steel medic did
Can you
on
talk
my
about?
first season.
Can you talk about a little bit more like general decision making in terms of like information and what decisions to make from it? Because I feel like our team could benefit from that. Whereas like what kind of like if you see a player in a weird spot, like what kind of situations would like cause your combo to rotate, like that kind of stuff?
Your combo should be rotating to match their combo. Because generally the defensive combo positions on this map are very good. So you can usually just defeat their combo, and you shouldn't expect your flank without heals to be able to beat anyone with heals. So your combo should be rotating to match their combo as long as you can. So just keep eyes on their combo at all times and rotate your combo to match it and rotate your flank accordingly.
Right, because I don't know. I feel like that's super like you have to be really quick in your comms to do that because this map is so big and they can push from so many ways, especially once a couple of the points are capped.
That's
so,
why the important thing about like all the holds on this map is that they're all in areas where you can rotate very quickly, whether it be through spawn or through BE, like a different connector. Like all the good holds, like on B, one of the better holds is like the B. People generally either hold forward-ish, but the medic tends to hold, kind of passive around the corner by the connector because then the heals can rotate quickly. So like the heavy plays passive on B, the medic plays passive on B, the demo plays forward. The demo hears that the heals are at C or at E. He just jumps back, grabs the heal beam, rotates over here. He's instantly in position to fight them coming to E. Like all the good holds are because they can rotate quickly and deal with issues as they see fit.
So basically, anytime the med's not like he's not going the way that your med is, the flank or whoever sees it is going to call it, and the combo and flank should
rotate.
start switching
Yes.
positions.
Yes.
Okay.
Because your
Like,
flank
we have
will never
no
be
practice with that. So...
Yeah, your flank will not be able to beat the healed players. It's
Yeah.
just not gonna happen. And just try on defense. Your spawns are so much longer than theirs. So if you're taking a fight, and it's like, and you're not thinking to yourself like, man, I'm definitely gonna win this fight, you should probably leave. It's probably not worth it.
On defense?
Yes, because your eyes are so much more important than that one frag you might get. Because they're up in 2 seconds, you're up in 12.
So it's worth the trade on offense, is what you're saying?
Yes, 100%. On offense, it's so worth it to trade, because your spawn times, let me see if I have the Steel wiki page open next to me. I want to see if I can get the exact number. They're ridiculous, though.
Some of them are like 20 seconds, aren't they?
Yeah, I think it's 10-second waves, so the worst you can get is 20, and the best you can get is 10.
Gotcha.
So, that's for offense. In defense, you can sometimes just die and instantly respawn as you catch a wave. I think it's like a 4-second or like a 5-second.
Oh,
Spawn.
we were talking about drop down, how like shitty that is, but do you think a cloak and dagger spy going through drop down to quickly get to B would
Why is there
be
spy at A?
good?
Yeah, he should be going to B directly on
Yeah.
offense.
Right, no, I suppose
I guess
he
for,
could
like,
be a
the sentry.
sniper.
I would the only time I would have him at... Oh, you're saying like when you're holding like D and E?
I suppose if you're there, then no one's going to be there to contest drop down, so that's a the question answers itself.
Yeah.
Everyone can go through drop down if they want at that point.
Yeah, yeah. If no one's if there's not a team holding B, you could just go through. Feel free to go through drop down. No reason not to
So
at that point.
that would be something you'd want to do if your scout or soldier needed to rotate to take out the sniper at A, contesting E.
Yeah, you could
Would-
go
you
through
would go
B
through
and then
drop
jump
down.
up, drop down, and then
Oh,
go
yeah.
up to kill the
Right.
kill the sniper. That's definitely a possible thing you can do.
And-
Drop down is free for the flank pretty much once B isn't in contention anymore.
Can you winger jump up, drop down? That's the
I
question.
don't believe so, but I know you can Boston Basher jump up.
Unfortunately, I have to leave, but I just wanted to say thank you very much, Kresnik, for answering my questions
Oh,
tonight.
no problem.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem at all.
Good luck on your scrim tonight.
Thank.
Alright, see you all later.
I don't have
after.
one, but
Oh,
thank
I
you.
thought you had a scrim.
I have an ESEA match.
Oh, okay. Well, good luck in that then.
Oh, thank you.
Alright, you all have a good night. I'll see you later.
How do you Boston Basher jump up this?
I'm very bad at Boston Basher jumping, so I'm not the one to tell you. I think you can Basher jump up.
You gotta swing first and then jump.
Yes, I think it's swing, jump,
Oh.
swing, right? I'm really bad at Basher jumping, but I think this looks like a thing you could Basher jump up. I've seen people do crazy Basher jumps, so...
Force of nature. There, just run force of nature, then you're good.
Yeah, just so in terms of general, like, decision making, it's pretty much just... rotate your heals to match their heals. Keep yourselves alive on defense, because your eyes are more important than the frag you might have gotten. Unless it was like an Uber drop or something. Something ridiculous. But generally, it's still not worth it. And just play your advantages properly. Pay advantage to your positioning. Pay advantage to your your Uber over theirs, and try to focus on keeping your. Oh, what a MLG Shrek just received a golden star.
Congratulations.
Okay, you can run the atomizer. Oh shit, you still can't make
You
this
can't
jump.
make it. You have to use like.
Why?
Can you
You
make it
have
with
soda
Winger
popper.
Atomizer?
No, that's what I'm doing. It's not working.
You're getting really close.
You
Yeah.
can't make it though.
Oh my god,
I'm
that's,
sure you can Boston Bash up though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Gully Wash drop down.
that would take skill though.
Mm,
I don't play scout.
I have a question for E.
Hmm?
Has the meta changed for the sentry spot or no?
No. It's pretty much
Okay.
still in the top right, but I've seen a lot of NGs trying to build it in AE or going minis.
I mean for defense.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I've seen a lot of NGs just trying to building an AE or going minis.
Alright.
Are there any other like just general questions and stuff? Like the decision making on this map is basically just keeping yourself split properly, and then
It seems like it'd be really messy comms with how much you have to communicate. Like there's just so much stuff to tell
No, because-
everybody.
like some of the things aren't important. Like their flanks still at E. Like you only need to say things when they're like necessary to know, or they will warrant a rotation. So like you're all kind of sitting. Like the most important things are like spy reminders, just like spy time, and everyone checks, and then everyone's like, all right, no spy, and then well, people keep checking, but still.
If
Spy
a,
reminders,
if a
sniper
point's
calls,
like
combo calls.
half capped and you have a few people that just spawn, like what would make you decide to send your people on defense out there to stop the cap versus giving it up and setting up at the next point? Like how easily should you be giving up?
It depends on your Uber percentage, where their heals are, if their combo has already moved forward, how much you're
Yeah.
locked out. It's basically
So
just
many
like
things.
TF2 decision making. Yeah. It's hard for me to give you a set answer for that, because there are a lot of things that could change that decision depending.
Come on, man.
Basically, just like if you look out your shutter door and you're like, wow, I'm gonna get fucked if I walk out there, don't do it. That's the word of thumb.
Alright.
Yeah, and just like you guys have plenty of time to practice it because you have the 2 weeks. He's gonna be doing like half steel scrims this week. Just find how you want to play the map, and just get really good at that and try to, on your offenses in your second halves, try to adapt as much as you can to how they just played, because that's the most important thing about Steel, being able to adapt to their defense. If you can adapt to their defense, you will not lose a game of Steel.
So, Greg just left, so he's not going to be here for our scrim tonight?
We don't have a scrim.
Who
really?
isn't?
We don't have a scrim
We
now?
don't have a
Oh.
scrim. I was going to. Well,
Oh.
no teams wanted to do Steel tonight, and
Right,
some
okay.
teams wanted to do
Damn.
Viaduct. But I felt like if we don't have Drex or Dot on Via, I feel like
Yeah.
what's the point? So Greg's gonna be back later, so we could probably do a scrim if any teams want to at like 10 or 10:30. But we
Cool,
really
I'd love to do a Steel
couldn't.
tonight.
I don't think
Just
we can do
to-
Steel. No teams want to play it tonight.
Oh,
No
okay.
teams want to play.
None. No teams want to play it yet.
So,
So the earliest Steel scrim I could get so far has been Sunday.
Okay, well,
So Sunday we have Steel scrims and
we
Via,
should
but-
scrim, yeah, at least 1 or 2 Viaducts before the match, though, so we can... Obviously, the pregame will be Viaduct, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, just
doing
wanna make sure.
probably 3 Vias on Sunday and 2 Steel scrims.
5 scrims? Wow.
Yeah.
That's
we're
ambitious.
because we're starting probably at 8, and then our last scrim starts at 10:30. It's gonna be a dual
starting
scrim.
to sweat
Oh,
really
wow.
hard.
Alright,
Yeah.
Sorry to cut this short, but I have to go pregame for my ESEA match, so I'm gonna head out.
Bye. Thank you for doing
Alright,
this.
thank
Yeah.
No problem. Glad I can help you guys out. I'm gonna hop out now. Oh, alright. Later.
See ya.
Bye.
Well, that was informative.
Alright, I'm gonna stop streaming.